Hey everybody, it's Will Kriske again from OnlineGuitarCoaching.com. Today we're going to talk about the notes on the guitar. Usually as beginners we start with some of the open chords, and we can tend to stay there for quite a lot of our guitar playing life, and we're sort of afraid to get up in this area. And if you start wanting to play bar chords, it's crucial that you know the names of the notes, because these chords are just easy shapes that you can move around, and you need to know what the names of the notes are, so you can figure out which chord to play. And then if you're doing power chords, like if you're doing E, C, D, E, you might see that in tab books or just by ear, and so you need to know what those notes are so you can locate them easily. If you just use tab or whatever, you're just looking at numbers and you're not really going to understand what's going on. So, and you can take songs that might be open chords and you could, change them. Like if you have an A chord, you might decide, oh, I'm going to play an A bar chord up here. So, knowing the names of the notes, okay, so we're going to get into that right now. If you look at the major scale lesson that I did, you basically go through the alphabet. So if you start alphabetically, all the notes that you have are A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And in between there's some sharps and flats, which are like half steps in between. But if we just look at the natural notes for now, on a piano, those are just the white keys. So the basic scale that we usually start with is a C major scale, and all that is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and back to C again. So the alphabet rotates around those. You don't get into H, I, J, K like that. It's just A, B, C, D, E, F, G, those are the only letter names you can use. And when you hit G, you go back to A. If you go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, you're back to C again, and you just keep going around. And so what we do is, and I also showed you the names of the strings, and that's also crucial. So if you don't know the names of the strings, and you didn't look at the major scale lesson, go back and take a look at those ones. So and for tuning, it's going to help as well, because you need to know what string you're trying to tune. So this low string is E. Now, if you noticed in the major scale lesson, on the piano, the white keys, between E and F and between B and C, there's no black key on the piano. So that means there's no middle note in between the two. Those are a half step apart. And so the only time you have a black key is when there's a whole step between two notes. So don't get too confused. This is not that hard. We're going to go through this. So you got the open E string, and because E and F are just a half a step, which is one fret, and F is on the first fret like this. Now to go from F to G, that's a whole step. So you're going to go up 2 frets to G on the 3rd fret, and then you're going to look at A on the 5th fret. And you're gonna look, and then you got B, which is another whole step, and then you got C, just a half a step. So between B and C, I was telling you, just a half step, so you're on the 8th fret. D is up on the 10th fret, and then on the 12th fret you're back to E again. So with your open strings, E, A, D, G, B, E, on the 12th fret they're all the exact same notes, just one octave higher. So an octave is basically it's 12 notes higher, 12 half steps higher. So basically, if that's E at a higher frequency range, and then you got A, 5th string, 12 frets, A again. So that's D, G, those are both G's, B, that's B, that's E. So those are where the octaves are. So, and then cycle repeats itself as you go up further. So you have E up here on the 12th fret, half a step up again is F. So if we go to the next string, which is A, from A to B it's a whole step, if you remember. So you got to go up 2 frets. So you're on the 2nd fret. That's B. From B to C is a half step. C, 3rd fret. A whole step up to D on the 5th fret. Whole step up to E. Half step, remember, from E to F. 8th fret. F to G is a whole step, so you're on the 10th fret. And then you're up to A again. So you can do this on each string, and remember that there's only a half step between E and F and B and C, so those are just one fret. Okay? So one fret would be from open to first fret, or from, say for example, 7th to 8th. So those are one fret apart. That's a half step. And then a whole step would be A to B, 2 frets. So start with the D string, G string, B, and E, which is, these two are exactly the same. So you got E, F, first fret, G, A, B, 7th fret, C, 8th fret, D, 10th, and E again on the 12th fret. So go through those on each string, okay? It's a lot of work. And just do it by looking at your guitar and figuring out with your brain. It's going to take you a long time at first, but knowing the names of the notes on the fretboard is really important, as I mentioned. So good luck with that, and keep at it. And don't worry, just keep going and just keep struggling through that, because it'll be awesome once you get to know the names of the notes. It's going to help you with soloing as well. So yeah, give that a try.